Electrical workplace incidents have decreased over the years. However, fatalities and accidents continue to occur that should not be happening. Provincial and federal laws protect workers. They require workers to follow safe work practices. Why is it that some electrical trades workers work live, assuming unnecessary risk? Why is it that some business owners and managers disregard the obligation to ensure safe work practices are followed? A 2004 survey of 5,000 electrical trades workers indicated over 80% associated a high or above average risk with working on energized or live electrical equipment. And 76% identified that circuits should be disconnected. Yet, in spite of that, over 70% say they've worked on live systems, and 20% don't use multimeters or testers. It could happen to you.
Hello? Mom?
What gave you the right to make decisions that impact our lives?
The Ontario Electrical Safety Code stipulates no repairs or alterations shall be conducted on live electrical equipment, and adequate precautions, such as locks on circuit breakers and switches, warning labels, etc., shall be taken.
On the initial impact, when the flash happens and you get thrown back, you don't feel any pain at the time. Your nerves and that, they're gone instantly. You don't really feel much until afterwards, several hours later when you're in the hospital. That's when the pain really starts to set in. I had second-degree burns to a majority of my face and my neck, and I had second and third-degree burns to my hands, the backs of both of my hands. Changing a fuse is an easy job, and I was complacent. I had other things on my mind. I just wanted to get the job done and go. I never thought it would happen to me. It was just, it happened so quickly you'd never realize.
Ontario's Occupational Health and Safety Act requires that a worker shall use mats, shields, or other protective devices or equipment, including personal protective equipment, adequate to protect the worker from electrical shock and burn. A coroner's jury is probing an electrocution of a 36-year-old qualified worker asked to conduct electrical maintenance on an installation that was not fully shut off or tested. The worker was overheard saying, "I will live on the edge then." Ontario's Occupational Health and Safety Act requires employers to establish written measures and procedures to ensure workers are adequately protected from electrical shock and burn. Bill C-45, Canada's Criminal Code, defines the criminal responsibility of an organization and the personal liability of directors, officers, and employees when an organization commits an associated offense.
One of the main causes of electrical accidents that we have found in the workplace is that people are not following safe work practices. The law is very clear, both in the Occupational Health and Safety Act and the Electrical Safety Code. We're not to work live. But there are incidents in which working live is part or maybe a requirement of their task. And that is when they're doing testing or troubleshooting a piece of equipment. In order to do that effectively, they must wear the appropriate PPE. The problem that I'm finding, though, with our investigations is that people are working live when they don't have to be. The ultimate responsibility is with the managers and the supervisors of the worker, although the worker does have a duty and a responsibility to ensure that they're working in a safe manner.
Let's break the subject down to the most frequently asked questions. What are the electrical safety hazards?
Shock, electrocution, arc flash, and fire.
Where do they occur?
Open bus substations, exposed conductors, terminals at equipment, panels, fixtures, motors, storage devices, and generators.
When do they occur?
They occur when working live, where there are previous defects in wiring installations, when testing is not done to ensure systems are de-energized, when personal protective equipment is not worn, when safety policies and practices are not followed, and when electrical workers take risks. To reduce electrical incidents and fatalities, electrical trades workers need to follow safe work procedures. De-energize the system. Lock out and tag out. Verify that you have de-energized the correct circuit. Follow PPE requirements until you confirm the system is de-energized. Always test using the right meter for the job. Use a multimeter with fused leads for additional protection. Test a circuit known to be live. Test the target circuit and retest the live circuit.
39% of critical electrical accidents are associated with an electric arc.
An arc flash can be caused by a lack of respect for safe work procedures, failure of insulating materials, a momentary short circuit, overvoltage across narrow gaps, corroded equipment, sparks from accidental contact with live exposed parts. An analysis of arc flash energy information is critical for determining safe work practices. Boundaries should be defined as limited approach, requiring a qualified person to do the work or accompany a worker within the boundary. Restricted approach, requiring a qualified person using shock protection to do the work. Prohibited approach, requiring a qualified person using protection from direct contact with live parts to do the work. Your electrical safety program should stipulate the different levels of approach and personal protective equipment that should be worn when working on electrical equipment within shock and flash protection boundaries.
Business and facility owners, supervisors, and managers need to educate employees and ensure safe work procedures are followed. You know it all. Is working live worth it? What gave you the right to make decisions that impact our lives? They depend on you to work safely.
Non-compliance with these regulations could lead to workplace incidents and charges being laid under the occupational health and safety legislation or the criminal code. Who's responsible? What should have been a routine job turned your world upside down. You can do it. You should do it. Don't work live. For more information, visit www.esasafe.com.